Just a good old average guy. I mean, I like to fish, hunt, and golf. I got the idea when I was in high school. I had to write a term paper, and the teacher came to me and suggested that she knew I liked baseball, and she suggested that I read up on Jackie Robinson and do it on Jackie Robinson. And from that point on, I had told myself if I ever made it that I would wear number 42 in honor of Jackie Robinson.
Robert Leon Huskey, also known as Butch Huskey, is an American former professional baseball player who played in the MLB from 1993 to 2000, playing for many notable teams in his time such as the New York Mets, Seattle Mariners, Boston Red Sox, Minnesota Twins, and the Colorado Rockies.
Well, I mean, I'm originally from Anadarko, Oklahoma. Moved a lot when I was in the 6th grade, and, you know, my mom was one of 12, and I had a lot of uncles that they loved playing sports, so I think I picked up on the baseball from them. My dad loved to play softball. He's a big softball player in the state of Oklahoma, and I think those just went hand in hand. I was at a softball tournament every weekend with my dad growing up, so I had to either enjoy it or be miserable. So I took the opportunity to enjoy it, but you know, football was involved in there, basketball. I was just loved to be playing sports. I just think growing up and having the opportunity to be able to play those sports. Nowadays, it's all about cost, and kids really don't have the opportunities that we had when we were younger. Because we could go out in the street and there'd be 15, 20 kids out there wanting to play sports. But nowadays, you just can't. Kids don't do that nowadays, and affordability to go to this trainer, that trainer, and this expert, it's just not feasible for a lot of people, and that makes it tough on these younger guys to enjoy what we had when we were growing up as kids. It's just not the same way.
Much like the Rookie League Foundation of Oklahoma, Huskey strives to bring the sport of baseball to all walks of life. While currently coaching numerous teams, Huskey brings the sport of baseball to everyone and cites American icon Jackie Robinson as one of his personal heroes and inspirations.
To see the things that he went through on a daily basis just to play baseball is a tremendous feat in itself. I don't think I could have done it, and there's probably other players of my time that probably couldn't have done it either. But you know, he had some people in his corner, and it was hard for him on a daily basis to, you know, when you can't go to the same hotel as your team or go eat with your team or hang out with your teammates, you know, that, to me, that's stuff right there. But then you got to go out on the field, and they're torturing you on the field, trying to knock you out and slide and put cleats all in your shins. And so he lived a tough life on the field, and you know, God picked him. His personality and demeanor was perfect for him.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Rachel Robinson?
I've met Miss Robinson. In fact, I was in New York a couple months ago for Jackie Robinson Day, and she was there, and we got to speak again there. She's 101 years old now. And the day that they retired Jackie Robinson's jersey in New York, I have a special jersey that it'll probably be with me for the rest of my life that I had her sign from that night. The jersey I wore the night they retired. You know,
it's got to be quite an honor to speak to her.
Very, very big honor.
I have one more just for you. So the Rookie League Foundation is on a mission to bring back youth baseball in communities where it's been on the decline over the past several decades due to economic barriers. So you've already kind of mentioned this, but do you think creating opportunities is important for the growth of the game?
Oh, I think it's a very big opportunity to get, because I don't think we have the best athletes playing baseball anymore. I mean, we have great athletes, but I think the inner city has so many good athletes, and I'm talking kids of color right now, the Latinos, the blacks and the Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the opportunities that the other kids have because of the monetary difference. And I think you may be able to find, even here in Lawton, 5, 10 tremendous athletes that can't play baseball because they don't have the money to be able to do the travel sports and this, that, and the other.
Playing in the major leagues has shown Husky many different ways of not only looking at the game of baseball, but a different way of looking at life as well.
I never got to meet Hank, of course, Jackie. I never got to meet Jackie, but Willie Mays was probably the next one. And when we get to San Francisco, I really had no clue who he was. And he was in our locker room at the time because our clubhouse manager and he were good friends. And he's just sitting in the recliner watching the TV. And I walk right by him and I go ask the clubhouse manager. I said, "Who is that guy over there in that chair?" He said, "You don't know him? You don't recognize him?" And he took me over there and introduced me to him. And after that, he sat me down and talked to me for an hour. And we just talked to him. And it really wasn't about baseball. It was about life and how everything had come to be. He suggested what I should do to try to make my career successful. And it was away from it. It was all off the field stuff. So
That must have been an amazing hour.
great conversation. Great conversation.
So real quick, I'm gonna jump in. How do you take stuff like that from the time you were playing and your maturity and kind of pour that into the kids you're coaching now?
Well, I try every time we're on or together, I'm really not stressing baseball things. I'm teaching them about life. How you have to compete not only in sports, but if you don't make it in sports, you have to compete to be the best that you can at any job in life that you do. And you're gonna face adversity. And I think baseball is one of those sports where if you do it analytically, it's a failure sport. Because you're gonna fail 7 out of 10 times and be very successful. No other job or anywhere in the world can you go fail 7 out of 10 times and be very successful. So I try to teach them of what's gonna be away from the field. Because baseball's natural. It's gonna come natural once you learn the fundamentals of the game. Everything's natural. But you also have to learn how to fight for what you want. And that's what my teachings are.